Perez is our LRS director, and she handles our referral service.
And if somebody wanted to call the Morris County Bar Association, what number would they call?
They would call us at 973-267-6089, and they can get any one of us at that number.
Right, and we're going to put that up on the screen. Now, you also have a website.
Yes, we do.
Right?
Yes, we do.
And if you just Google Morris County Bar Association, you'll get it.
MorrisCountyBar.com.
MorrisCountyBar.com. By the way, in preparation for our show tonight, I went onto that website, and it's fabulous. You've got all sorts of everything you want to know. Really, you must spend some time working on that.
Sheila does a terrific job at that. She really does, and it's coming along. It's always something that's in the forefront of our minds. I think that's how people find a lot of things right now, and I'm sure that's how they'd be looking for us. So we're looking to keep that sort of up to date.
Now, there's two, I think, basic components, at least as I understand it. One is the Morris County Bar Association, and the other is the foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We'll talk about the foundation a little bit later, but with the Morris County Bar Association, what do you think is probably the most important thing that the Bar Association does? If you can pick out one thing, and we're going to go through them all, but what do you think would be the most advantageous or benefit to the people of Morris County?
Do you want to the people of Morris County or to the lawyers of Morris County?
How about both groups?
Okay, so to address both, I think to the people of Morris County, it's a good way to find out what the law is about, who lawyers are in Morris County, how to find yourself the right kind of lawyer for the problem you might have. It's just a general resource in terms of any services or legal services you might need.
And are you specifically referring to the lawyer referral service?
Yes, and then generally as well, we can give you information on the courthouse or on where to find information about the law in general and how to function inside that.
Like an information booth to the legal system in Morris County. Never thought of it that way, but that may be a good description.
The other part of it is that the volunteer work that the lawyers do is enormous help to the court. And I'm sure Judge Bosanalis would be the first to say that. There is a program where dozens of lawyers organized by Virginia Messing provide volunteer mediation type services in the special civil part, and that makes the calendar work. An enormous number of cases. Judge Wright would also be another one to tell you immediately how much help that is to them. In addition, within the last few years, both the Bar Association and the Foundation each contributed several $1,000s to buy new chairs to benefit the public in the 4 courtrooms in the administration building. So if you look at the 4 courtrooms on the 4th floor of the administration building, you'll find a plaque which mentions that the estate of Nelson Dolan, who was a very prominent Morris County lawyer who donated money to the foundation and the association. That money some of it was passed along to buy chairs for those 4 courtrooms.
Now, I happen to know from my own experience in the Morris County Courthouse, 4th floor administration building, there is a little lounge.
Right.
And did the county bar have anything to do with that?
That is the Bar Association office lounge. That space was allocated to the Bar Association 3 or 4 years ago, and we've elected to use it as a lounge. We considered using it for an office, but determined that it was not large enough to be an office.
In fact, I walked in there and I saw photographs and composites of some of the early bar members, and they look like, almost look like revolutionary times.
And we set it up for wireless computer service.
Yeah, and that's that was something that the bar put together, the Bar Association. Yes. So there is wireless, there's Wi-Fi in the Morris Courthouse, complements of the Bar Association.
Correct.
Yeah, and nowadays everybody's running around with laptops, and actually your cell phones have Wi-Fi and BlackBerry and all that stuff. So, very good thing to have. Let's talk about the lawyer referral service a little bit more, because I think that is a very good program. And I remember when I was a young attorney, just setting out, I hung out a shingle. I was one of those guys that did that and I started out with like no clients at all, and rent to pay. And so I went down to the Morris County Bar Association in those days and introduced myself as a young attorney and said, please, please help me out, send me some clients, put me on the list. And they were very accommodating, and in fact, I got a lot of clients through them and helped me develop my practice. It was just a wonderful experience. Nancy, you want to describe it a little bit more in detail to everybody out there?
And it's still very similar to that. So lawyers can join the lawyer referral service and become registered with us. And there's a relationship. We keep track of who's out there, how many cases we've referred to them, and what's happened to those cases, whether they actually took that client or not. We do keep track of those things. But generally speaking, the public can call us, and we have a list of lawyers by specialty that we can refer people to so that they can get to someone efficiently and quickly.
I'll add a couple of things to that. One, that an enormous amount of volunteer work is done by the lawyers through that program, because we require the lawyers to do the first half-hour consultation virtually for nothing, and there's a minimal fee. Most of the time it's not paid or collected.
It's $15 maybe?
It is now 50, but
50?
It is often not.
Most attorneys waive that.
Yes.
It's not worth the trouble to open a file and bill it, and so that is another vehicle for our lawyers to volunteer time. So the public is very much benefited by getting access to lawyers for almost nothing. We do have requirements. We do require the people who come in and want us to send cases to show us evidence of malpractice insurance, and that there is a requirement that you report. There is some formality to the process other than young lawyers coming to our door looking for business.
Right, and you also provide that lawyer referral service to Sussex County as well.
Yes, we do.
We're in the same vicinage, meaning we're the same judicial district, if you will. And so is it the same phone number for the Sussex?
It is, yeah.
All right.
And it's also Urellis Perez, yeah.
All right, and so the lawyers on the list by specialty, and are they by region?
We do have them by region, actually, and we can get you a lawyer that's close to you or in Sussex or in Morris County. We can do that, yes.
So somebody has a legal problem, they don't know a lawyer, and so they can just call 267-6089.
Correct.
And speak to someone there, and they will describe what their problem is, and they will match them with a lawyer, preferably in their area if they want.